Well, happy Victory Monday to all y'all in Broncos country as the Denver Broncos just continue to baffle the so-called experts. We get more great news about Bo Nix and why he is definitely in the running to be the Rookie of the Year. We get more great news about just how elite our defense is and more about this young and hungry team and why our playoff window was demolished to install a door, like a playoff door. It's like a garage door that you could park a Cybertruck in. We are making the NFL playoffs and we're all along for the ride. If you are along for the ride, my name's Ben, I'm a diehard Denver Broncos fan. Helps me out a ton if you would like and subscribe. Before we dive into the huge news of the day, I'm very curious, when was the last time you were this hyped, this ecstatic about the Denver Broncos? I do not think I've been this hyped since Von Miller's strip sack of Cam Newton in that Super Bowl, hugging my dad, hugging my brother-in-law, knowing that we were going to win the Super Bowl. Like, that was the last time my expectations were this high for this team. And I'm not saying we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. I don't think any team is going to want to play Pat Surtain and this defense in the playoffs. We're going to get to that and way long, like later down in the season. We're making the playoffs this year. I want to know from all y'all, when is the last time you were legitimately this hyped about a team? I think part of what makes this so exciting is how we are just taking all of these experts who like sit in their mom's basement and like type stuff about our team that they know nothing about and just showing the world how foolish they are. Seeing here, one of the more aggregated sites out there, Pro Football Network, had us as the best team with the best chances to get the number 1 draft pick. They thought we were going to go 3-14. Man, we blew through that in Sean Payton's winningest month of October. We have 2 incredible games in front of us. We've already doubled up their prediction for this season, and this is truly just the start because Sean Payton coming in said we were young and hungry. He's describing us a little different now, which is very, very exciting. You are hearing Sean Payton just gush about what we have with Bo Nix, saying the future is bright. I'm getting texts from my friends who are Bears fans saying, well, congrats, man. You have the coach and the quarterback, and that's a combination that anyone else in the league would have. Just an incredibly exciting thing. Seeing that Bo Nix coming into this draft, everyone was saying he was a check down king. And on his throws yesterday, over 10 yards, he was 7 out of 8 from them. And if you take a look at his pass chart, I was hoping to see this come out, and it's exactly what I was just hoping to start seeing from Bo Nix. You look inside of the pocket here, and you see a lot more green than we are used to seeing, that Bo Nix was throwing timing throws, not to just open dudes looking at him with their hands out, but like throwing dudes open. And I think this right here is the pass that Troutman dropped. So you're truly looking at someone who's able to utilize the entire field. How many dudes yesterday caught balls from Bo Nix? He's spreading it out. And I honestly think comparing him to Nikola Jokic is a great comparison, that he's not going to wow you with his athletic talent like a LeBron James. Like, he's not built like that. He doesn't have the slam dunks that you're used to seeing from an NBA team, but he puts the ball where it needs to go, and Bo Nix is the exact same, and I think the future is insanely bright for us. You look over the past 8 games that he's played in, and in those 8 games that he played against one of the best defenses in the league in Kansas City, one of the other best ascending defenses in the Baltimore Ravens. Look what they did to Russ yesterday. He has 1 turnover-worthy play over his last 8 games, and we really are just seeing the floor of Bo Nix. Like, he's a rookie, dude. This is wild stuff. And I think just seeing somebody was tweeting, like, you have the richest owner in sports, you have all your cap space, and you got Bo Nix. Like, you just got to be, here it is right here. The advantage that we're going to have with Bo Nix on his rookie contract, off of that Russell Wilson dead cap space, all of our draft picks, tons of cap room to go out and get more talent. This is going to be an incredible 10-year run here, and we've been here for it all along. Hearing Pat Surtain come out and be like, we know Bo Nix is the guy, and who knows more about opposing quarterbacks than the guy who shuts down every opposing quarterback he plays.
I told him, man, you trying to win MVP. It's not even looking like offense rookie of the year. It look like MVP right now, but man, it just goes. It's a testament to him. I mean.
So Pat Surtain overhypes him. You know me, I'm always fair and balanced. I don't overhype this Broncos team. Pat Surtain is saying he's the MVP of the league. I'm like, chill out, bro. He's not the MVP of the league. He's just the rookie of the year. But we are starting to see incredible signs here. And I think when you pair that with all of the other amazing things that we're seeing, we're starting to see we all had high hopes for Marvin Mims, and we're seeing him have incredible utilization with him out of the backfield as a running back. Sean Payton using him in the screen game, starting to hit. That's incredible. Seeing Devon Vele, we all, when he was drafted in the 7th round, were like, who is this guy? And Sean Payton's like, trust me, Devon Vele is going to be good, and he is every bit as good as we were hoping he would be coming into this season. Hearing about that showing that we did yesterday was the biggest home victory we've had since 2014. And this wasn't against the Panthers. This wasn't against a bad team. This is against a team going into this game who is in the playoffs, who truly has the best offense when you compare all the parts in the NFL. Like, you have a top 10 receiving core. You have probably a second, third ballot Hall of Famer in Kirk Cousins. You have Bijan Robinson, who is, I would say, the second best running back in the league. I guess Saquon Barkley probably pushes him to third, but that is a stout offensive line who was all healthy and in that game, and we held them to 0 touchdowns. And so that defense is keeping us in games, and now you got Bo Nix popping off. If we continue to play like that, what team in the NFL would beat us? Like, honestly, if we play like that, and that's a huge if, who could beat us? If we put it together on offense and defense and special teams like that, we are going to be a scary out in the playoffs. And that's why Cody Barton, who had a gorgeous interception yesterday, came out and said, there isn't a ceiling for this team. We're dangerous. And you heard Sean Payton say, we're young and hungry. And now he said it's a hungry and bright future for us. Seeing, again, Pat Surtain give him the best wide receivers in football, and he shuts them down. Seeing yesterday that even against London, Algier, 0 receptions allowed yesterday from our number 1 corner. Riley Moss looks great. McMillian exposed a little bit, but they run some crazy motion. You don't even have time to line up, so we'll be breaking that down as we continue. But looking here, playoff prediction, ESPN continues to doubt us. They say we only have a 50-50 shot at the playoffs. I think that we are making the playoffs. We'll break that down in weeks to come. We'll go through the entire calculator thing where if we win this, if we lose this, and all that. But basically what you need to know is we just need the Colts to stay. If we lose a game, Colts should lose a game. I think these next 2 games, we have the Raiders and the Cleveland Browns. I think we win both of those games. We're talking being 3 games over 500 heading into our bye, and then having the Colts at home. I love how our defense matches up against that offense, and I'm not even scared of playing the Colts. And you beat them head-to-head, and that thing's over. So thankfully, last night the Chargers helped us out by beating the Bengals. Their chances of making the playoffs are 14%, and somehow the Dolphins are back in the conversation. They still have convinced themselves that there's some hope, but they really need to go on a hot run here if they want to have any chance of catching us, and they can't catch us if we continue to take care of business. Looking here at our remaining schedule, again, we got Raiders next week. Raiders are intentionally losing, and even when they weren't intentionally losing, we beat the brakes off of them. We then have the Browns on Monday Night Football, which could be flexed out because the Browns are so bad. Then we have the Colts at home, and then we are going to the Chargers. That was kind of crazy last night to watch the Chargers-Bengals. I went to bed at half and woke up and saw that they'd drawn close. Kind of crazy to actually see a crowd in LA, but we know when the Broncos are there, the Broncos will take over. We then go to the Bengals right after Christmas there. That's going to be a crazy game. And then we end with the Chiefs, who might not be playing for anything. So when we said the floor for this team was 9 wins, you're seeing that right here. We take care of business in all the games that we are going to be favored to win in, and we hit 9 games. And then we win in LA, or we beat the Chiefs when they're resting starters. You're talking 10, 11 wins easy for this Broncos team. We're making the playoffs, and we've been in at the ground floor this entire time. We never stopped believing. I wanted 3 in a row.